Hello, everybody. Welcome to the weekly rundown for Monday, July 15th, 2019. My name is Sonja Marie, if you may or may not know, and my website is wordlifeastrology.com. That's wordlifeastrology.com. I write for Essence Magazine, and I do a whole bunch of other things. It's all coming. Hey, I wanted to let y'all know what this week is all about, and I'm so glad it just started to roll in. Hi, Tamiko. How are you? How is everybody doing? I pray your weekend was well and that you are surviving this Mercury retrograde season. It is a doozy. And by the way, let me segue into that, and then I'll say hello, and then I'll talk to you about what I really want to talk to you about. You know, we all know what Mercury retrograde is, right? Mercury retrograde is when my tongue don't work. It's when we hear people say things that we thought we heard, but actually they said something different. Contracts get all messed up. You know, it's actually the planet kind of wobbling out of formation, and what it stands for gets all miscombobulated. So because it's in Leo, it's happening really forceful, like, you know, really aggressive, because it's a fire sign. But it will back up into Cancer on Friday. I just wanted to let y'all know that as I continue this forecast. It'll back up on Friday, so that means this Mercury retrograde feeling will feel less aggressive, less willful, less rah, and more emotional. Like, oh my God, did you really say that? So the shit that you was popping a week ago, you know, and misunderstanding people and saying, well, so what? Come Friday, you'll probably get emotional about it and be like, I really didn't mean it. I remember when you said such and such and such. That's one example. It may or may not happen. In any case, who's in the spot? Cherie is here. What's going on? How are you, Salima? Robert Clary is always in the spot. Oh, is my makeup popping, Lulu? What's going on? It's actually the sun-kissed feeling that I have on my skin. I was at the beach this weekend and I got fried. Okay, let's talk about this week. Tomorrow, did y'all know? The second eclipse in Capricorn is coming up. It's a partial lunar eclipse, and that means that it's partially eclipsing the full moon, right? It's not necessarily doing it all the way. However, we're still going to get affected by it. That's for ding dong and for damn sure. So what does that mean? First of all, for all these budding astrologers out there, it's at 24 degrees Capricorn. So wherever that falls in your particular chart, you can see how that activates your particular life. Now, what's going to happen? Things are coming to an end. Just like with the new moon, things begin. With a full moon, things culminate. They come to an end. However, there's a twist for tomorrow's eclipse. It's activating both Pluto and Saturn. And what that means is not only is it emotional, because a full moon always heightens emotions, it's being touched and ignited and navigated by the energy of Pluto, which has to do with transformation. Pluto also has to do with power, intensity, superiority, traditions, being that it's in Capricorn, right? And then Saturn, it's touching as well, and that has to do with responsibility and discipline and fear and lessons learned. Let me put all that in my little bit of sermon that I'm going to give y'all. Because I always do. I need a goddamn pulpit somewhere. That's what I use. Facebook and YouTube. By the way, if y'all not on my YouTube channel, y'all need to get on that thing. You know why? Because I'm not going to be on Facebook for too much longer giving y'all this information. We need to put it on YouTube and get a couple more 100,000 people to hear what's coming through. You dig? So go to my YouTube channel, Sonja Marie's Wordlife Astrology, all right? Sonja Marie's Wordlife Astrology. Please subscribe, because I will be vanishing from this little platform. In any case, here's my sermon. Here's my pulpit moment. Yo, things are actually coming to an end. Everything is coming to an end and being begun at the same time. Plus, we have 5 planets in retrograde. Nobody wants us to move, but everything needs to get done. It's a manic freaking feeling. And because it's a full moon, again, it's heightened emotions. But here's the trick and the twist about that thing. It's in Capricorn, right? Thank you for subscribing, Nancy. You the bomb diggity. It's in Capricorn, right? So here's the deal. Capricorn energy does not like to cry. Capricorn energy is very anti-emotions. Really, but not really. Here's the deal. They'll cry when they need to cry, or their energy will cry and emote when it needs to release and emote. However, it's all about ambition. It's all about getting through. So, isn't it a bit of a conundrum to have, and an oxymoron, to have an emotional planet or some sort, heavenly body, as the moon, emotional, right, in a non-emotional sign, typically? So these things, the feeling is, I'm prepping y'all, I'm doing my best, right? The feeling is when the moon is on swell like that, you dig? And it doesn't necessarily want to emote because it's in Capricorn, but it has to remote because it's full and it's in swell. And then that's what it does. That's what the moon does. It's a little bit of like a choke kind of feeling, you dig? It's a choking feeling of you not necessarily wanting to burst. Where do you need to burst and end this shit in your life? That's the question. When you're finally up to here with it, right? When the eclipse energy is saying, I'm pushing you off the cliff anyway. If you don't want to burst and you don't want to release and you don't want to let go, you're going to release and let go on the way down off the cliff. And that might not look too good because you've been holding in all this energy and stuff. You might be farting on the way down and then smell your own farts, and just let it go. Whatever needs to let go, let it go. Whatever needs to be expelled and expressed, let it. Here's the other part of it, right? As I alluded to earlier, trust me, I'm bringing it all back. Pluto deals with transformation and superiority. So the catch is, you may think somebody's punking you out of a change or interchanging, whichever applies to you. You may think somebody is really pushing you and has a controlling hand over what it is that you need to do. Hey, and how you need to live your life. Hey, second time. Don't get all in your head about it. Don't get all in your emotions about it. Don't get all in your ego about what it is you need to change. And it may be fostered and administrated and prompted by somebody else, right? It's time to get rid of it. Whatever needs to go, it's time to let go. So if your neighbor happens to walk past you and go, girl, you ain't done with that dude yet, because she been looking out her window all damn day, every day for the last 6 months, and realizing that you are very, very unhappy and things just ain't moving. I mean, don't get mad that the neighbor said it. First of all, you should think how she knows. What the fuck? Is she looking out her window at me? No, I'm just joking. But the thing about it is, maybe it's a sign from spirit. Maybe it's a sign from somebody else, something else. Your grandmother on the other side saying, can you tap my daughter, my son or whatever, and let them know they don't need to be with this person? Don't get all up in arms about the control of who and how it came to you. Listen. People don't realize that not only is the universe, and I know y'all heard me say this, orchestrating this thing, but they got angels on the other side. They have our ancestors that's actually in concert with the universe making things happen. So they know how it's supposed to change in your life. Why aren't you listening? And here's the deal. If you are so well and good, be open for it, and be open for any emotional upheavals that happen tomorrow or throughout the week. It's not necessarily going to hit us tomorrow. It begins. It actually has already begun, but it really kicks in tomorrow, right? Because that is the time of the eclipse. Oh, by the way, you want to know what time it is? That's a great question, Sonja. 5:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the full moon lunar eclipse, 24 degrees Capricorn. 5:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right? So when it hits Saturn, too, just to finish with my little lesson and explanation, and then I'll be going off this mug. Saturn brings up the lessons, you dig? Saturn brings up the fear. The fear of wanting to change. Like that. Again, choking fear, because you don't want to look a particular way. Because if it ends, then all the church people will know that your marriage failed. If it ends, then all your friends will know that you really don't have money because you got to get rid of that new condo. If it ends, your face is falling off basically, and you are found the fuck out. I mean, is it okay? Aren't you tired of putting up the facade that makes you look all holier than thou? Capricorn, judgment, opinions. Capricorn energy is opinionated. Squirrel, Capricorn energy is interesting in itself as we speak on the eclipse, which is in Capricorn, the planet Pluto and Saturn in Capricorn, and how they're all mustering. Now, you put 2 and 2 together for yourself, but let me describe what that Capricorn energy sometimes feels like. Freaking pompous as hell. right? Like it has this superiority complex at times. Very practical, and traditions are falling as well. You know what I'm saying? And here's the deal. Sometimes Capricorn energy sees what it wants to see based on what it thinks is important. So what did you think in your life was important to have, right? To possess, to involve your time and your energy into, your blood, sweat, and tears into, that's about to corrupt and just fall apart. Understand this though, as it falls apart and destroys, you know something new is coming, right? You know your ancestors, your guides, the whole concert that's happening in the sky. You know they don't do anything just to do it and to destroy nature. No, man does that. Human beings destroy nature for no freaking reason whatsoever other than money. You dig? They don't do that. They try to find balance. So if something is ending, cry about it. Let go. Lament. Call people on it. Show people that actually I was kind of messed up in that area. Talk to people and say, I was kind of messed up in that area. I needed that to go. You thought I was such and such. You thought I was one particular way, but I'm actually not. I need help. I need assistance. I need a goddamn hug. Whatever the case may be, fess up. You don't look that regal any longer. We're all regal in our own right because we're all learning. You and me. But we don't have to put on an air like shit can't fall apart in order to do something different. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. In order to be something different, I hope you hear what's really, really coming through. Because it's all for you and it's all for the good. For the highest in everything that we do, you dig? And by the way, let me continue to add on to what I was saying earlier. As that Mercury goes, it's still in retrograde until the 31st, by the way. And when it goes into Cancer on Friday, even though you may be crying about some mishaps or whatever, and by the way, slow down on the road, man. People are moving way too freaking fast. On Friday, when that emotion starts to swell up, give it reverence. Give it straight reverence. Why? Because even if you are sniveling about what you did and what you said and you're apologizing about it, you are coming true to it. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate you, baby. You are coming to, what's the word I'm looking for? You're owning up. Tears and emotions always make you own up to some shit that you know you should have done better at. It releases guilt and shame and all of that. So can we do that? Can we really just show who we are? Call a spade a spade. Open up your face and tell them who you is. Where did that come from? I'm out of here before I start talking some Al Sharpton talk and I start talking in codes and y'all don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I hope this helped you out in some kind of way. I'm gone. I have things to do. Please, please, please enjoy your day and step into the rest of the week. Emotionally courageous about whatever it is that you need to take on and know that you are God's child. You be all right. Okay, bye.